Yeah, midlife crisis, seen through the iris, yet to get to 30, got me thinking more to life than what I was taught. What was sold was bought, but didn't fit the need. Was told that's what I need, not that I actually knew that I needed it. Lacked the experience of clocking the system, living in my art, finding a similar path in my life, asking questions, who am I, why am I here, where do I come from, and where am I going to be? Truly alive is to be aware you will die. It is a loophole tied in like a little prince and an old king balancing, searching for something on weird voyages, things weird do appear. It's part of the journey, so flow with it. Don't disappear, deep in, sink in, I mean it. Tilapia or salmon, that's Omega. Praise be to God, the Alpha and Omega. Back into a 5 horse playing games Sega. Now it's PS and I don't own one or an Xbox, and my life is not a playthrough though, cause and effects. Hostilities and expression left from an art experience. Somehow we are all allowed to express our feelings, weirdly and indirectly. Doing it frankly and honestly is not allowed when at the party. Please do perform your part. That means you're not yourself. Fantasy world got habits that keep me in a trance. One directed at me, nefarious comfort luring you to tranquility. Why is the gold in the cathedral when it should be with the people? Artists opening up, lighting up the world. How do I consider myself, see myself in a bubble, in a trance, bottled and curated perception, Orwellian reality? Can't avoid it, Francis habits. What is happening? Asleep so you can't say no. That is condition. Living in a bubble with tasks to keep the self-productive. Living in a system, matrix curated. Working on my perception, looking at myself without my reflection. Who am I? To the rhyme, goals and dreams, yet still boxed in. Living by habit, life becomes habitual. Rarely do things go haywire, so we are not really living. Sanskrit to make or make grow. I'm on a roll, playing me a role. Grounded with the soul, color of soil. Making a mess is to soil. Coming from this soul, something returning upwards, not the completion of creation. That is an expression. I think about stories. If we remember stories more, have knowledge passed to these myths they are called. Carried, these are vehicles from unknown to the known and back to unknown. Theoretical knowledge made practical and back to unknown. Theoretical knowledge made practical.